What's up, family? It's your girl, Samantha Lee. I'm back and I'm better. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the show. It's great to see you guys. And tonight's show, we have promised, do not let her be the one that got away. Let me get myself together here. We're gonna get myself okay. Do not let her be the one that got away. Steps to get your girl back. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead. I'm gonna make sure we get the TikTok going as well.
Sis, you trying to go with us to the club?
They playing on my TikTok. I see what they be trying to do. Anyway, guys, what's up, everybody? Welcome. I know it's not gonna be too many on tonight's show because I am doing it at a different time. I have things, unfortunately, y'all, mommy duty, so here's what it is. But welcome everybody to the show. My name, if you do not know who I am, my name is Samantha Lee. I've been blessed to have a platform on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. Am I missing something? And TikTok. Right now, I'm trying to recover my Facebook because Facebook done locked me out with old information, but it's okay. Your girl's going to get it back in the name of Jesus. But until that time, you will see me on the U of Tube, and you will see me on TikTok now live once a week. I might start going live on my More Than Just Pretty channel. If you guys don't know, it's a sister channel to this channel, and it's about my podcast where I share with you guys my walk with God, And so I'm very, very open and transparent on the channel about my walk with God. And I share with you guys the ups, the downs, the ins and outs. And one thing I really want you guys to know ultimately is that God is very real. God is very, very real. And I think a lot of us play with him like it's a game. God is not a game. God is not something to play with. And he has brought me through a journey this year that has really marked me. And with that being said, it's just something that I feel very passionate about. I feel like he renewed my vision. He renewed my hunger for him, my thirst for him. And that's what this is all about. So that is the More Than Just Pretty channel. And I will also talk about it on this. You'll probably hear me speak about God even on this live today as we talk about the 5 steps to get her back. 5 steps to get her back. So as we get into it, I want to start off this episode with questions because normally I end it with questions and I don't get to all the questions. So the questions, I'm going to start with questions that were asked because I like that part, especially when it's like situations people have. Who wants their girl back? Okay. Who wants their girl back? Who want a woman back? Who want their woman back? Okay. There's a woman in your life and she's the one, like, listen, something God has spoke to you about this woman. And you were like, wait, what? And you're like, God has revealed something. And you're like, oh, wait, hold on. Fumble. Ooh, what do I do? And I'm here to help you get back and be better. Okay. But there's going to be some things, and guys, you just got to hear me out here. It's not comfortable, but let's get into it. Okay. So somebody said to me, I know I'm going to get her back, sis. I'm that blessed. That don't mean nothing to me. I'm sorry, y'all. Some of you guys, and can we start here? Some of you guys want to give me big bad wolf talk. I don't like big bad wolf talk. Big bad wolf talk don't get nobody back. What do I mean by big bad wolf talk? I'm hearing pride. I'm hearing ego. Pride and ego coming before the fall. So when people say, oh, I don't want my girl back, forget her, blah, 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 blah. God said that. No, God has never said in no part of the Bible to walk in pride and act like you don't want somebody you actually want. That's not biblical. That ain't got nothing to do with the Bible. That has a lot to do with pride. There's a lot to do with ego. Pride and ego don't have a say here. All right. So if you're walking with pride and you're walking with ego, at some point, guaranteed, God's going to break it. Because there's only one God. There's only one being that deserves the pride of life. Some of us be walking with this pride, and you will find out. You will find out. All right. So let's take the pride out the conversation. Let's take the ego out the conversation, because at the end of the day, love is, I can't stand this just generation, unfortunately. I can't stand it, because it's like, oh, forget love, this, that, and the third. You're created for connection, baby. That's why the rates of loneliness and depression are so high in our country, especially amongst our men, because we're so busy trying to act like we good on our own. When God looked at you and said, it is not good for man to be alone. So you have these one night stands and these casual situationships, and you think that's going to fill you up, and it doesn't, because we were created for deeper connection than surface. And you could play this game if you want to. One day it's going to catch up with you. And again, we all age out of the system. Everybody want to make it about women. Men age out too. Men age out too. There's going to be a point in your life where you can get the woman you absolutely want. There's going to be a point in your life where you don't. Just like with a woman, it's the same thing. I can't walk in pride. You can't walk in pride. We cannot walk in pride. I mean, God is giving you a good thing, or is giving you access to a good thing. If you're wise, you steward that access well. And if you're wise, you had access, or you want to get access back, and you know it's a good thing. What do? When God passes you a ball, what you do with it? You throw it to somebody else? Or do you go ahead and, who are we in the chat today? Do we pass or do we shoot? What do we do? Do we run into the end zone or not? We score, baby. That's right. Come on, Kayshawn. We score. That's what we do. We score. When we get balls, we score. Okay? So again, when God is passed, when you have access to a good thing, no pride and egos allowed in the chat tonight. I don't want to see it. I'm not even going to reference it, because pride and ego is going to be the one thing that's going to keep you lonely, isolated in a room, having superficial conversations with women you don't like. You only like the way they look, and that might last for 24 hours before you find somebody else. You're created for deeper connection, and I'm tired of this world that puts out to social media, oh, we don't need connection, men this, women that. It's a lie. It's a lie. It's a lie, and it's a shame. And that's why I have my channel. That's why I do what I do, is because I feel very passionate about how much of a lie it is. And I'm not saying that somebody said women are proud too. They are. And I've addressed that on other lives. I address women just like I address men. Now, it's your fault if you just your first time coming on to the live, but I address both. I'm an equal opportunity speaker. I will speak to men and I will speak to women. Okay. But today, because of the emails that I have received, is that do not let don't let her get away. Okay. And so we're going to talk about this thing again. Let's go into some of these questions that I got. Yeah, I'm for the people. Look, because I'll tell a woman, and I feel like as a woman, I could tell a woman. But if a man's asked me, I tell men this all the time. Don't talk to men about women. If you're a man and you are interested in women, you talk to women about women. And if I have an interest in a man, or there's something about a man I need to understand, I'm gonna talk to a man about a man. I'm not gonna talk to a woman about a man, because there's only so much a woman can know. Men know men and women know women. So anyway, that's the point. Let's keep going. So one of the things was, I know I'm gonna get her back, big sis. I'm that blessed. You're not. I don't care how blessed you are. A good thing is a good thing. Walking in pride doesn't get you anywhere but a fall. Somebody wrote, let the door hitter where the good Lord splitter exercise for a reason. Y'all, here's my problem with these comments. This is what I'm saying, men. Then I get emails and they're wondering what happened. Because you're walking in pride. You're walking in pride. That's why. That's part of the biggest issue that I see. Oh, I'm good. Like, I really, we in Atlanta, so there's so many women out here, bro. Like, I could care less about her, man. And then at night, in the private time, or to your sister or to your cousin, what you think I'm gonna say? Like, should I say like, hey, what's up? Or like, hey, big head? Like, how I start this conversation? Exactly. Let's just keep it real. When you find a good thing, I'm not saying your ex that you needed to leave in your past. I'm saying you have come across a woman that is undisputably a good thing. She has left a mark on you because of her traits, because of her character, because of what you've observed about her. You know that she's a good thing. You know that God has put her on your path. She's opened your eyes that, oh, women like her exist. And maybe in that season, you couldn't steward her well, but now you got different vision. Now you done been around the block a little bit, and you like, you know what? I'm done playing. I'm done messing around. I'm not made for the streets and the superficial stuff. I'm a deep man. I'm a deep thinker. I gotta focus. I gotta have one that I know is gonna be solid while I'm going through the storms of life. And I feel like that takes a disciplined man to say, listen, I done been out here. I done did my due diligence. I have searched the streets asunder. I've done everything I could to the streets. I done dated the streets. I done slept with the streets. I don't talk to the streets. And now I'm ready for somebody that's going to stimulate not only my eyes, but my mind. And I'm ready to talk to somebody that when I watch TV, I want to hear what they have to say. I like their personality. I actually want them to complete a sentence around me. They actually have something of quality to say. That's a good thing. A woman that you can look at and be like, oh, she fine and she prep. I don't have to necessarily just keep her in the house, because a lot of you guys, you only want a woman, or you're only dating women that you want around you for at most 12 hours. And 12 hours is a stretch. And then around me be like, man, she's still here, bro. Like, she took a nap. Oh my gosh. Like, oh. I think I'm gonna tell her that I'm gonna tell her my water running. I'm gonna tell her I'm gonna tell her my water running. And I gotta go catch it. I gotta go catch the water because the water's running. And the water's running fast. I gotta go. I gotta run. I gotta run after this water. Mr. Lala said I gotta do my taxes. You meet a woman, and this is why I say to women all the time, you post a certain way, and you're not getting men because you're thinking you're getting attention, but men are like, man, that looks like a really fun Saturday night. Saturday, she's it. I see that has Saturday night written all over it. I'm gonna pick her up at 7, but by midnight, by 1 or 2 a.m., the cutoff is very strong. She got to go. I got to get my peace of mind back. I got to get my, again, I joke a lot. Like somebody said, ain't even thought about Sunday. Like, man, God, there, women, listen to me now. Okay, this is different. I'm switching course. I'm going to get back. Ladies, the way you post on social media, there are men that, yes, you're getting attention from them, but the way that they look at you is like, you know what? That's going to be a great Wednesday night. Oh my gosh. She got Wednesday written. Wednesday night starting at 9 p.m. All over it. She's not a Saturday, but she's definitely a Wednesday. For sure, hands down. And here's the thing. People say this to me all the time. Like, Sam, what about your content? You're talking about God. People may look at you a certain way. I will tell you this. I feel like because I have walked heavy in this spiritual thing this year, And I've walked heavier than most. I get it, because listen, family, let's be real. People have tried to cancel me before. Doesn't scare me. I've been there before. So it's like I'm really saying to God, like, God, use me. Say whatever you want to say to me, even if it's not popular. You gave me this platform, and I'm gonna honor you with my platform, right? And people will say to me, well, you look nervous. I get more men for real than I did before. Because men before are just like, oh, she's, whatever. And I don't think I was ever outlandish or doing too much, but I was showing more sides to me. I was doing a lot more fitness modeling, and I'm still into fitness. I still take care of myself, but I don't show the world. My hair, things like that. I felt God called me out of that. And I feel like with the direction and being very, very strong in saying, I love God, and I'm not perfect, but I'm trying to walk this thing out. I feel like there's been more men attracted to that than we realize. I think we're so used to seeing certain women and we're like, oh, they get attention, but they're not getting intention. They're getting attention, not intention. And I'd rather get intention over attention every day. I hope y'all caught that. I would rather get intention than attention any day of the week. For sure. Okay? So let's keep it going. Let's keep it going. Back to what I was saying. So I say all this to say to people, what's up, guys? I want to say hi to everybody in the chat. Thank you guys for showing up tonight. Somebody said I'm picking up what you're putting down. Thank you. Let's go. I like that. But again, we all play a part in this thing, and so I do want to make sure that as men, I'm not telling you to go after the woman that was your ex, but isn't a wife. I'm talking about a woman, this is a woman that's more than just a great date. This is somebody that you feel like, what, this could really be something. This woman right here, there's something about her that's different. There's something about her that just shakes me to my core. Like, once I've been exposed, I can't be unexposed. It's a law of exposure. Once you've been exposed to something, you can't be unexposed. You meet her, and you're like, you know what? I'm not ready now. But when I'm ready, your boy's in the building. And some of you guys, because of that mentality, you might have met this woman you wasn't ready for her, but now you're ready. Or some of y'all might have engaged in the relationship with this woman, and you felt like, you know what, we started a relationship, but I just got out of something, and I couldn't be. And men are good with that. They start distancing themselves because they understand that they're not ready. Women don't do that. Men do that way better than women. Some men don't, but a lot more men are willing to say, I'm not ready for another one after I just got out of one. Okay. Men are better at that. We gotta agree with that. Okay. So with that being said, they might have you might have, and I want to see you in the chat. You might have pushed away a woman. Anybody in the chat push away a woman because you weren't ready. It wasn't because of her. It was because of you. I want to see some hundreds in the chat. It wasn't because of her. It was because of you. I'm seeing some yeses over here on TikTok. I'm seeing 100 a long time ago. Anybody else? I guess y'all on YouTube, you ain't never. Okay, there we go. We got some. Okay. Okay. So they're all over the place. All over the place. We are seeing that there's some men that have been guilty of that. And so tonight's episode really is very important, because I'm getting a lot of men that are reaching out to me about women that they have fumbled. And I wanted to do a live about this because I think it's important. And somebody, Trav, in my YouTube is saying, pushed away a woman for believing in Jesus. Again, Trav, When I'm talking about a good thing, I'm talking about a good thing. Now, y'all might have seen my most recent reel. My most recent reel says the number one thing, the most valuable quality of a woman, and that you should consider as a wife is not about how she looks. It's not about how bad she is. It's not about how when she walk into a room, people are like, oh, who's that? That's you? It's not about that, because that don't matter after a while. The number one thing that I think is the most important quality that men should look for in a wife, that I aspire to be. I aspire to be this. So it's not saying I'm better at this or not. I aspire to be this. Is something that God has revealed to me in this time. A good wife covers. A good woman covers. That's what she does. And I'm not saying that there's situations of abuse you should not cover. Let's start with that. I'm not saying that it's situations of abuse you need to be carrying somebody's secret because they're abusing you. But I am saying that in this time, we're not seeing a whole lot of women learning how to cover. And Zaylink says covers. And I love this question. I love this question. What does cover mean? Let me bring you back to the Bible, y'all. Y'all know I got to bring it back to that. In the story of Moses, early in Moses' life, he is married to a woman named Zipporah. Now, Zipporah is the mother of his children, is his wife, okay? Moses makes God mad. So mad that God has made a decision that he's going to take his life. And so Zipporah, as she is praying, sees in the spirit that the Lord, God, has sent a death angel to take Moses' life. She then prays in the spirit and she covers Moses. She did something, I'm not going to bring it up on the live, but she does something to cover Moses. She covers Moses and she preserves his life. Because she was praying over her husband, she gave Moses more years to redeem the time he would have lost. Okay? Meaning that while Moses was sleeping, his wife was praying. And when she was praying, she sensed danger. And she prayed over that danger. And she covered her husband. And she preserved his life with the way that she covered him. She became a hedge of protection for her spouse in the spirit so that he was able to then live out the years that God would use to free his people. Can you imagine if Moses didn't have Zipporah to pray for him before he ever led the people of Israel out of Egypt? We wouldn't even have Moses in the Bible. A good woman, a good wife covers. And I'm not just saying spiritually covering. I'm saying physically covering. What does that mean, Sam? That means I'm not on social media blasting you because you made me mad. That means I'm not over here subbing you because you done did something I don't like. Whether you're my man or you're not my man, or we in between being man or not, I'm not. When you share something with me, you understand that when you share it with me, it's safe. That when you share something with me, I'm not going to use it as weaponizing it against you. A good wife, a good woman covers. She covers her man. She doesn't put him out there for the masses to eat him up too. She doesn't throw him under the bus because she's upset. No. She knows how to cover. And what we have on social media today, the examples that we see is that women are not covering their spouse, meaning that as soon as they make them upset or I don't like it when a man, they do this song, they do this whole little dance, and there's people in your circle that know who you're attached to, who you've been talking to. So when you sub them, people around you know you must be talking about old boy because you definitely been with old boy for at least 7 months. And so now we over here, we having conversations we shouldn't be having. Or you could be talking to people all around saying, you know, he do this and he do that and blah, 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 blah. And then now everybody's having dialogues about this person. I think good partners cover. I think a man covers. A man should cover his woman, whether they together or not. And a good woman should cover whether they are together or not. Why? Because it's integrity that keeps you silent even when the world is wondering what's going on. That's what integrity does. Integrity says I'm going to cover you regardless. I'm not going to throw you or throw business out to the masses. No, I'm going to cover you regardless. A good woman, a good man covers regardless. Why? Because that keeps a culture of safety. Safety we don't know today. Safety that seems foreign to today's relationships. And so when I say the one that got away, I use that very loosely because some of y'all want women back that you should let go. Some of y'all are over here writing me about women that you know that do witchcraft. I had a man write me the other day. I want her back. She didn't want me back. I'm like, that's a blessing when you know a woman does witchcraft and you telling me about her and she's run away out of your life out of nowhere and you writing me trying to get her back. What you mean, my brother? You might need to get delivered. So I have to qualify the one that got away because I'm not talking about just any type of woman. I'm talking about that type of woman. And I hope that being on lives or seeing other women that are on this internet space, I want you guys to be aware of what that looks like. Because in today's world, what we put as ideal is purely physical, and physical can only get you so far. Charm is deceptive and beauty is fleeting, but a woman who fears the Lord shall be praised. Proverbs 31:30. All right. So that's what we have to start with, because I sometimes I'm getting these things and I'm like, bro, this is not this. Women doing witchcraft, women playing with tarot cards, women doing different, turning to other things, opening up other spiritual portals. That's not a woman you want back in your life, my brother. That's a woman you want to let go and let God. Waking up and then you see a dark thing over your bed. Like I had a conversation with a person on a coaching call. Woke up in the middle of the night. And, you know, he said he was dealing with a woman that might have had some things going on. And there was a dark shadow looking thing that was standing over his bed. And he chose to fight it. You can't fight a spirit, my brother. It's a spirit looking over you while you sleeping. Couldn't move, couldn't speak. The spirit overtook him. He says, Sam, what do you do when things like that? I said, you rebuke and bind it in the name of Jesus. That's what you do. All right. Sleep paralysis. Somebody said, yes, sleep paralysis. It happens a lot. You see that on YouTube, whatever. People that play with certain things, they can do that to you. You can have sleep paralysis. They can bring misfortune into your world. That's why when a woman leaves your life that's messing with dark forces, whether she understands it or not, you got to go. Spirit is real, family. Spirit is real. You can do whatever you want. You can take that however you want. But listen, let something happen with my husband. Trust me. That spirit don't want nothing to do with me. Nothing. Anyway, besides the point. Okay, so we let's qualify a good thing. The one that got away. And I hope that you guys are seeing enough women on these social media spaces that reflect a good thing. The one that got away. Okay? We just so we know. Somebody said spirit realm ain't nothing to play with. Spirit realm is nothing to play with. Let's be very clear. There's a very real God. There's a very real spiritual realm. If you don't know, look on the news, beloved. You will absolutely see that there is a very real God. Very real. Very real. Don't play with him. He's not the one to play with. He's the one to surrender to. Anyway, so somebody said you're the woman I would like to pursue. Okay. Can we try again? I don't know you. Can I have my Lily? She's not healed. She's not healed. I share too much. She's using fear of missing out to get money out. Again, family, a good thing. We've got to start understanding and identifying what a good thing is. If a woman is using manipulation, that's not a good thing. Why are we trying to get that back? Okay. I'm sorry, y'all. This became... Somebody said they've been single for 7 years. Haven't had a woman, waiting on God. Blessings. I love that. I love that. The rest of it was more dating questions for me personally. So again, this is about Soraya. What I say, Big Mama? What I say? Thank you, ma'am. So again, this is not, no disrespect to anybody that watches the, submitted the questions. I appreciate your interest in everything like that. But this one, I didn't read it because it's not, I wanted things that were relevant to the live. And unfortunately, most of the questions weren't as relevant as I would have wanted them to be. I was really excited about it, actually. I really wanted like real situations, but it's okay. It's okay. We're going to keep it moving. So one of the first things that I will say, one way to get a good thing back, now that we understand what a good thing is, right? Because we want a woman. You know what? Before I get into that, do I need to define what a good thing is? Do I need to define that for anybody on the live? Is it unclear what a good thing is in today's society? Can we put a yes in the chat? If you want, I will define what a good thing is. Okay, somebody's saying yes, please define it. Yes. Wow. Oh, I get Kyle, I get Mariah the Scientist all the time. I get Mariah Scientist, Eva Longoria, Alicia Keys. I get a bunch of them. Yeah, I get Eva Longoria all the time. That is like the number one. Okay. Which is good because one day I'll be one of the most beautiful women in the world. So anyway, it's besides the point. My mommy already says I am. Okay, let's get into it. Y'all, again, I do not drink. Well, let me stop there. I do drink something. I'm not gonna say I don't drink at all, but I drink Perrier and lime. It's my favorite diet Sprite. I've been doing it since I was pregnant with Soraya. It's my diet Sprite. I do not drink like that. I just don't. I'm not gonna say I don't drink at all, but I definitely don't drink like that. Okay. I'm just gonna keep it real with you guys. I'm not gonna, some people want to be like, I don't do anything, and then you see them on a photo, and they're like, you're like, I thought you said you don't drink, and now you over here with, we see you with a turn it up, like, I look like that's it. That's all I'm saying. So anyway, back to what we're saying. Back to the message. I love me some red wine, y'all. I don't drink it like that. My mom says I'm wasteful, but it's either here or there. I don't drink like that. Ever since I've been in this journey, y'all, literally from the beginning of this year, or well, it was mid-February. From mid-February on, the desire kind of left. I mean, I just stopped. I don't know what, like God was just, I didn't feel like, I don't know. I don't know. It just kind of left. I don't know. So I'm not really, I don't know. I don't know what happened. God just kind of took it away. So I probably have had a glass of wine in the last 3 months, not 3 months, 3 times in the last 6 months. or I've drank anything, any type of liquor or substance, been like 3 or 4 times in the last 3 months. 6 months. Sam, why you keep doing it? So, well, no, mid-February is what, 5 months? So 5 months. I'm not going to sit here. Anyway, hey, why am I even doing this with y'all? Y'all got me off topic. I'm off. Okay, back to my point. So, back to my point. First things first, since we want to talk about very quickly, let me very, very quickly talk about what is a good thing. Number one, a good thing, and y'all, I'm Christian. I'm a woman of God. So the one thing that I feel like, or the number one thing that I feel like is very important is a woman of God. Because there's already things, I'm not saying women of God are perfect, but what I am saying is if it's a true walking heavy woman of God, a woman who's really holding herself accountable to God, there are conversations you don't have to have with her. There are things that God is going to address with your woman without you being present. Right? As I stated before, there's things God is already checking me about for my future person. Already things he's got me out of, like there's so many different things that God has like changed in my world for somebody I'm not with. Right? So like God, when you a man of God, God checks women on your behalf, his daughters, without you having to say anything, like a good father. Okay. So I say a woman of God is very important because if she's really walking with God, there are conversations, there's certain ways that she's going to conduct herself in the relationship based upon what she's learned from biblical order. Right? There's order. I'm not saying there's a lot of women that's in the church. I'm not talking about women in the church. I'm talking about women of God. Two different things. Women that hold themselves accountable to God. There's a lot of women in the church, but there's definitely a smaller portion of the population that are walking heavy with God. It's two different things, and you will see in fruit, right? Love, joy, peace, patience, goodness, kindness, faithfulness, and self-control. Those are the fruit of the spirit. If you do not have the fruit, you've got to question the root. Number 2, are you attracted to her? Family, I'm sorry. A lot of men will tell men to go for women because they got a good heart, or they're going to be nurturing, or they're going to be this, or they're going to be that. All of that matters, of course, but you got to think your wife is good looking. You got to. I've said this before, and I say it again. I believe the God of attraction will not send you somebody you're not attracted to. I just don't believe that. I believe the God of attraction has created your attraction. So if he's sending you a woman, you're going to be attracted to her. You don't have to convince yourself. You ain't got to hype yourself up to be with your wife. There's men that I know that have to coach themselves up to sleep with a wife. That is not God's intention. And a woman does not want to be with a man that has to convince himself to sleep with her. Like, I don't want to marry no man. Like, I guess I can appreciate the spiritual sentiment of wanting to be with a woman of God. But I believe attraction is important. I believe God created men's attraction on purpose. And so I absolutely don't want anybody on here to feel like you got to compromise your attraction. I just don't think God is like that. Number 3, I think you have to look at character. Because yes, you could be a woman of God, but you got to look at character. What does she value? Is this a woman who is number 1, integral? Is this a woman who has integrity? Is this a woman who is honest? Is this a woman that makes, when you communicate with her, do you feel safe? Do you feel safe communicating with this woman? Do you feel emotionally? Do you feel like when you share, because y'all, sometimes we pass up this little unction in our spirit that says, nah, don't say nothing. We push past it because it's a pretty woman. But there's something inside of you that don't feel comfortable sharing certain things. Listen to that. Listen to that. Listen to when your spirit is telling you this is not a safe person to share with. I believe a man of God, and I believe about women of God. Men of God, men that are praying to God. God will send you or put you in the proximity of your wife. He will do it. Now, you are the hunter. You are the lion. You are to lock that thing down. That's part of your dominion. That's part of your authority. He gave you that authority. Not to be passive, not to wait for her to say something to you, no, he said, be a lion, king. You a lion. You're not to be passive about that. Right? But as a man, as if you are praying to God, God is going to put you in the vicinity of the woman that he has for you. He's going to expose you to something you can't be unexposed from. You're gonna be like, who is that? Yeah, who? She is what? This real? Wow. I didn't even know that. Wow. Okay, so again, God's gonna put you in the vicinity because you pray and he got you. So as soon as you're getting ready, and I feel like sometimes God will put you in the vicinity before to motivate you, like, oh, that's on the other side. Okay, let me get myself together. Let me stop playing with the world. Let me stop playing, cause she bad over there. I can't let her just get away. I can't. No. God, that's me. Oh no, look. Somebody help me out. Somebody lace up my shoes. I'm about to be a lion. You know what I'm saying? Somebody saying to the God, look, God, that's me. Don't play with me. Don't play with me. That's me. Oh, stop. Somebody give me my bow and arrow. Give me my bow and arrow. It's time. It's time to... Give me my bow and arrow. Give me my slingshot. I'm like, what? Stop playing with me. But that's what God is calling. God is gonna put you in the vicinity, and then you ask God, hey, God, is that me? That's me. God, is that me? God's gonna confirm it. God's gonna let you know. Don't look for signs. Let God give you a sign, but God always confirms his word. I really believe that. For women of God, it's the same thing. Women of God is the same thing. You'd be like, God, is that? That's him? Give me, Lord, you know what you got to do with me. You got to make a plain for your girl. You got to spell it out. You got to make a plain, Jesus. And he will, right? But I think our world makes us feel like we got to go to the right club and the right place and do this and do. No, I believe when you're walking with God, you don't do it world's way. You don't do it culture's way. God will put you, he's so intentional that your thumbprint is unlike anybody else's. He's so intentional. Me and Pam were just talking about that every leaf that has ever been created is completely unique. He is so intentional that every mountain that's ever been formed is not like the others. God has a way of being so intentional about what you've got going on, about how to do things. He is bigger, and we don't give him enough credit. So if you're walking with God, I believe he got your back. Anyway, so character, family, integrity. You want to make sure you're dealing with a woman who's humble. You want a woman who's down to earth. You want a woman who's going to be somebody that you can have fun with. Some of y'all are choosing women, and they're not somebody you can really have fun with. You want a woman who's intelligent. She's got purpose, okay? You don't want to be with a woman who don't have no purpose. Even if her purpose is being a mother, I understand that. That's a beautiful thing. But she has purpose. There is something that God has put her on this planet to do, and she's doing it, okay? Some women are searching for purpose. Some women are lost, and you can tell that they're lost. Even if they're successful, they can still be lost. You want a woman who is in purpose, understands what God has created her to do specifically on this planet. Purpose. You want a woman with character, like I said, integrity. You want a woman that is humble, somebody that can take accountability for their actions, a woman who makes you feel safe to share, a woman who whatever level of intelligence you're looking for. You're a more intelligent guy, you a deeper guy, you need a deeper woman. It just is what it is. You can't be with superficial. You don't speak superficial language. You over here trying to have a conversation with a duck. You over here trying to talk metaphysics. And you talking to a duck. Quack, quack. I don't mean a duck like that. I'm not trying to be insulting. But you all they got for you is quack, quack. You trying to talk about, see, the moon sits by the stars. And I thought the Lord was telling me the other day that the moon sits by the stars like that because the Lord is like this. And she like, quack. And you're like, what? Quack? What's that? I'm sorry, y'all. It is what it is. You got to have, you want to have a woman that is, if you're a deeper man, get you a deeper woman. Right? Because then you could be sitting here underneath the stars talking about all different kinds of stuff, and she teaching you stuff while you teaching her stuff. That's what lifetimes are made of. That's Soraya. No, mama, turn it down. Soraya. Y'all, I'm sorry. My daughter loves to turn up the TV so loud. Oh my goodness. Okay, so I hope we have it clear. We want nurturing. We want a woman who is humble. We want a woman who's intelligent. We want a woman who understands her purpose or is in purpose, pursuing purpose. A woman of God, a woman you're attracted to. Those are the basics. I hope that made sense. But we also want a woman who is, y'all, no disrespect. This just what I think. Is she trying to, when you see her, I'm trying to say this the best way I can. If you want a wife, not saying a wife can't look like the world, because a wife can look like the world. But I think that you have to be mindful of whether or not your attention will ever be enough, especially in today's world. Soraya. Thank you. You have to think about whether or not this woman is going to be, like, let's say you tell her, hey, that post, that kind of don't resonate with me. Like, you posting this, it kind of making me look crazy. Like, my friends is texting me like, what's your wife doing, bro? Or what's your girl doing, bro? We see her whole areola. We see her whole, we know everything. Like, and you say to that woman, you like, this is just kind of like, you my girl, man. I can't, this giving me anxiety. Like, you posting like this is giving me anxiety, baby. I don't know what to do. I'm getting the heebie-jeebies. Like, what? And God is saying, or the woman says to you, well, I this is what I do. I mean, this is what I like. This is what this is what gives me life. That's not a wife. I'm sorry, it's just not a wife. Because it's a certain level of you being controlling. Okay, that's one thing. And there's certain things that, some men, it's too much. But if you have to be conducting. This is how I look at it, family. If I'm with a man, and this is how I look at it. I'm with a man, and this man is saying to me, this is my man. We locked in. Let me find my man here. Hold on. Here, my man, he gold. Because he's shining. My man shining. So my man over here, he's sitting on my lap. Because I'm cuddly like that. I like, what I'm saying? I'm cuddly like that. I'm cuddling with my man or whatever. And my man, You know, so here me and my man at. He's shining like the sun. Mm-hmm. As you know. So anyway, here he is living his life, and we locked in. We're good. Me and him, we in. We understand each other. So he has oh, come on, Sam. Where was that thought going? Oh yes. So there's something that this man is telling me, because we locked in. This my man. We riding into the sunset together. We about to what? What we about to do? Okay. He said we about to have a family. He said we about to have a family. We about to start a lineage together. We gonna have some beautiful babies, and that's what we gonna do. I'm like, I like what you saying. Like you really you really speaking that talk. You talking that talk today. I don't know what you got going on. You must have did something. Anyway, so he said, listen. He said we started a family together. Okay, so we're locked in. Me and Gold Pillow has. He told me, he said he captured my heart. He captured my heart. Gold Pillow and I, if we're talking about capture, lock and key, baby. It's lock and key with him. It's period. So me and Gold Pillow, we over here, we minding our business or whatever. And Gold Pillow tells me, you know, I don't really like it when you do that. Or you post I don't like when you post it in fitness clothes. You know, it's a little too much. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I don't like my men, like I don't like men seeing my woman like that. You know, I know you bad or whatever, but I really just want that to be for us. Right? That's what Gold Pillow said. Now, I could say to myself, no, I like my body. I don't work hard on it. Forget you, Gold Pillow. I'm going to do what I want to do. That's one choice I can make. Or I could say, this my man. I go home to him. This is who me and him are a unit. We are one. We have been unified by God. Why would I allow the opinions of people outside of me to disrupt what I got going on with me and Gold Pillow? If Gold Pillow, my man, and this is what we got going on the inside, why would whatever anybody else thinks about it doesn't matter, because me and Gold Pillow locked in. This my man. But what happens is we allow the minions or people that don't matter to affect what we got going on. If Gold Pillow is my man and I've chosen him as my man, and Gold Pillow's telling me certain things make him uncomfortable, I don't care what the world thinks. Because the world ain't going to keep me and Gold Pillow together. We're starting a family together. What he thinks matters to me. And what we've done is we've allowed people's opinions that literally don't matter, that don't pay a bill, that are not invested in you doing better. We've allowed those people's opinions to interrupt what we got going on. No, we a team, beloved. Me and Gold Pillow a team. Me and Gold Pillow ride until the wheels fall off. And then when the wheels fall off, we replace them with new wheels. Yeah, that's what me and Gold Pillow on. That's the type of time me and Gold Pillow on. How old is Gold Pillow? He I don't know. He might. How old you are? He don't like me telling his age. He don't like me telling his age. He don't like that. He said how old he look. How old he look. He don't like doing that. He don't like doing that. He don't like that. You know. So anyway. Oh, Gold Pillow 35. Gold Pillow 33. Okay, Gold Pillow in his 30s. That's what they saying. The early 30s. Gold Pillow in his early 30s. What, I don't know what that means, but you know. Anyway. So I say all that to say. Back to my point. Somebody said he is Silver Fox. He is Silver Fox. Okay. Anyway, y'all stop. Y'all know how I am, y'all. Y'all know how I am. My point in saying this with Gold Pillow is this. what we've done and what we have a habit of doing is allowing when we decide to get locked in on somebody, it really doesn't matter what everybody else thinks. If I've chosen this man and this man has chosen me and we together like that and we start a family together, it matters. Peace in my home means more than likes on the ground. Peace in my home means more than views on a social media page. That's what it means more to me than what the minions think. What matters to me is my man good? Because if he's not good, then we're not good. Like the vice versa is true. If she's not good, I'm not good. We're a team. And if that situation, if we're not in the right alignment, if we're not thinking about what the other person thinks, I've seen a lot of women saying, hey, listen, I'm gonna do what I want. I mean, I look good like that. I got this body or whatever. You gonna stop me from doing what I want to do? No. Okay, well, guess what? That works very well when you're single. It works great. You post whatever you want. No one cares. But if you're trying to have a family, what you post, if it affects your person and you're a reflection of him. You're a reflection of him. So you posting things does affect him. Just like him posting things affects you. Right? And so that's what I'm saying, y'all. I think our world has made it into this. It's made it hard to have relationships because we're so invested in people that don't matter. When the people, and we dim the voice down of the people that do matter. Because the man that says I do to me and I say I do to him, that's all that really matters, really. That's all that really matters. It don't matter. That's how I feel. We're too concerned about people that don't matter. And we allow it to infiltrate the sanctity of a real relationship. When with our relationship with the social media world, it's not a real relationship. God gave me that man. And I'm a gift to him as well. We've got to steward our gifts well. So again, I think we've done enough time. We've done enough determining what a good thing is. Okay. That's not the point of this live, but we are obviously there. The 5 steps to get a good thing back. Right? 5 steps to get a good thing back. Number one, and I will say this with all humility, men. You, number one, have to understand what you want. If it's a good thing and you know you didn't do right by this good thing, don't go back into her life until you absolutely know what you want. What I find is that some men confuse I don't want you with no one else with I want you back. I want you with no one else is a primitive feeling. It's a justifiable feeling. And some of the two can kind of move over each other. But the main feeling that comes into the other feeling is I want you back. I want you in my life. Not I don't want you with nobody else. One is driven from possessiveness. The other one is driven from clarity. I want you back, so I don't want you with nobody else. Versus, I don't want you with nobody else, so I want you back. You see, there's a difference. There's a difference. What's driving the emotion? Is the emotion, you are such a quality woman, you done brought so much joy into my life, you done did this and that and the third, that this is what I want, this is what I know I want? Or is it from a place of possessiveness and jealousy? Is it, you know what? I know what you are, and I'm not letting you go. That's going to drive how you pursue. When you understand what a woman brings and who she is, you're like, you know, I know what this is. I know. You ain't going nowhere. And that's going to come into number 2. We're going to come into number 2 with that one very quickly. But again, have clarity about what is driving you wanting her back. Is it genuinely, I want you in my life? I want to be cuddling with you every night. I want to be on the phone with you. I want to be talking to you. I want to be dealing with you. I want to go on dates with you. I want to go on trips with you. I want to create a life with you. That's clarity. I don't want you with no other man. I don't really like spending time with you. You kind of get on my nerves. I know I get on your nerves, but I don't want you with nobody else. That's not clarity. That's jealousy. That's possessiveness. We have to understand the difference. Okay? So that's number one. Number two, assertiveness. Men, I feel like in this generation, we have a lot more passivity. We want women to come back to us. We want women to that's not, God didn't create you to be like that. God created you to have dominion. That's why y'all are competitive in everything else you literally do. Whether it be sports, whether it be your businesses, whether it be entrepreneurship, you were created to have dominion. That's why you fight for dominion. You see men on video games and all these other things. You are fighters. That's your nature. And what happens is, because the world has made it unsafe for you to be vulnerable, you've stepped out of your positioning. Your positioning is assertiveness. You mine. Now that I know what I know I want you for the right reasons. And even men of God, pray about this. But number two, when you get that clarity and God is like, this is the one, you pursue her, she's the one. Yep. You having dreams, visions, you seeing her. You're like, oh, yeah, God's speaking to me about this one. Number two is assertiveness. I want you back. I want you in my life. I want to figure this out. Assertive. Men are afraid of being assertive. Afraid of being vulnerable. But if you've already decided that this is a good thing, if you've already had access to her, chances are she's probably waiting on you to be assertive anyway. Right? So you gotta come in with some, like, you gotta tap into the lion. No, I want you back. I'm just as aggressive as I am with any business deal. You my business. You my business. That's how you gotta look at you. You my business. Yep. You my business. You're mine. You don't know it yet, but y'all. I was listening. It was so funny. I had this song stuck in my head. It was like weird because it came out of nowhere. But I know that that's something that happens to me sometimes. And it's a song by Michael Jackson from Off the Wall album. It's called Girlfriend. And Michael talking froggy in the song, man. He says, listen, he was like, man, I'm about to tell your boyfriend exactly what we've been doing. Exactly the letters that we've been exchanging. Exactly all that. I'm gonna tell him. I'm gonna tell him, because if I don't tell him what we actually got going on, he's not gonna let you go. And I'm not going to let you be a girlfriend to anybody else. He's like, you only going to be a girlfriend of mine. Only. He talking so, he's a soft-spoken man, but in that song, he's like, nah, you ain't going to be a girlfriend of nobody else. You ain't going to be nobody else. You only going to be a girlfriend of mine, period. You ain't going to be nobody else's woman. Not while I'm around. Not while I'm breathing. Now I'm out here walking and stepping on this planet. No. That's number two. Assertiveness. You gotta be assertive. Okay? You're a lion. You created to have dominion. You better fight like you in 300. There's no woman on God's green earth that has already been with you or already been associated to you, and you know there's a mutual attraction. She want to see you fight. Every woman want to see her man fight. There's no. We love that. We might play, oh, well, you didn't really respect me like that to begin with. You keep going with that. She gone with the win bullseye. She gone with the wind, bullseye. No, he's not going to go to, I didn't say pop up at the job. I didn't say to do anything like that. I said to be assertive. I said to be, hey, I would know what I want you. You ain't nobody going to jail for that, especially not from an ex. You going to have her thinking with that one. She going to be like, ooh, hold up. He ain't never talked to me like that. Yep. Now the song is stuck in my head. Now I got Michael in my head now. Okay, anyway, back to what I was saying. Assertiveness. Know what you want. Say what you want. Don't be hiding, I don't know. Be assertive. Be like, I want you. What's up? You don't have to say it like that. You say, hey, I want you. Hey, you good? I want you. Hey, no, you don't have to do that. You don't have to do it. You can say, hey, what's up? Let's talk in person. And then you can go talk to this person in person, right? This person in person. And be like, I didn't do this right. I didn't handle this correctly. I didn't steward you well. And I really do desire something with you. Let's figure this thing out. Let's get it together. That's how you do it. Okay. You don't have to jump in the water like that, but you can, I've had people, that they'll say different things like, hey, you want to go on a trip with a woman they trying to rekindle with. You want to go on a trip? You want to go on vacation? Where you want to go? Okay, let's go there. It works. It works. You could say, hey, let's go out to eat. I really want to talk to you. Again, pray. You want to pray about it, but be assertive. Do not be passive. You let life pass you by being passive. Do not be passive. Number 3 about on that one is taking accountability. That's the number 3. Accountability. Accountability. What does that mean, Sam? That means that if there was a way that you handled them wrong, admit it. Don't excuse it, admit it. Accountability is powerful, family. Accountability is very powerful. It disarms. You ever had somebody like apologize to you and it's like such a good, deep apology? It's like, man, like, I feel that. Like, I felt that. I'm a sucker for a good apology. Apologize. Say, you know what, man, I was wrong. I shouldn't have done that. I know your value and I knew your value then. I just didn't have the, whatever that was. I didn't have my mentality wasn't where it needed to be. I wasn't in the headspace. I wasn't this. You take accountability. You apologize. You acknowledge their value. And then you say what you say. You own up to it. Don't, well, because you said this, I said that, and that, no, that never works. It never works. Now she's like, oh, he done wasted my time. Like, really? No, you come in humble, like tail between your legs. Like, look, I'm sorry. I know what I lost. I know what I did. My bad. I'm sorry. Look at them in the eyes. That eye contact is something. I'm sorry. I know I should have did this better. That's real. That people feel that. People feel that. I remember one time I was in a situation. I apologized to a man that I was dating at the time. And I looked him in his eyes and I said, sorry. And I remember he looked at me like, so I ain't never been apologized to in my life. I've been dating women. I ain't never like that. He's like, that was the most beautiful apology. But again, it was genuine. I'm sorry. I messed up. I shouldn't have done this. Right? So we want to take accountability. Do not come in there swinging for the hills. That is not the goal, family. We want togetherness. Sincerity is what breaks down walls. Okay? So accountability. Number 4. I talked about accountability, assertiveness, accountability. Oh yeah, number 4. Have a plan. Before you walk up in there, before you even start anything, understand what your goal is. I will never tell you to go back to some woman you can't consider saying I do to. If you can't see this woman as a wife, don't go there. Why? Why would you do all that? If you don't see this woman as someone you could potentially say, whatever her name is, Sally, your last name, you can't see that, or you wouldn't be proud to put your name on her name, don't go down the road. You're wasting time. For what? Why put you on the line or anything else on the line if you're not really willing to hit the home run? If you're not really trying to play the game, then get out the game. You're not trying to be in the kitchen, get out the kitchen. Right? If you are in a position where you're like, I want this woman back in my life, you have to say to yourself, am I willing to go all the way? Am I willing to not play games with this woman? If you're not all in, get out. If you're not all in, get out. Don't half step. Don't disrespect her time. If you're not on, don't go back into her life just to say, oh, another 3-month situationship? Another year of undefined bewilderment? No. If you're not willing to be for real, get out. That lacks integrity, family. If you still trying to play games, go play with other people. Don't get a quality woman to play games with. Don't go through all this. Put your ego and pride to the side for a woman you can't see yourself actually going all the way with. You don't want to be played with? Don't play. Either you all in or you all out. No half stepping. Traffic Enterprise says, I'm very serious. He said, blocking your own blessings, missing out on your true one. Traffic, you are 100% right. The Bible says that when a man finds a wife, he finds a good thing and he obtains favor from the Lord. There's levels of favor that you don't have because you have not found your good thing. You have not been intentional in finding your good thing. There's interviews I've seen even with different media people that we see now that have said that once they got with a wife, levels of favor opened up for them that they didn't even think was possible. And there's the same thing with a woman. When you lock in with your person, there's levels that the Lord will take you to he could have never done on your own. There is levels that you will access in the kingdom and on earth that you could have never done on your own. And some of y'all are blocking your own blessings, maybe from past trauma, maybe from seeing your family do it a certain way, locked into generational curses, not being willing to break those generational curses. Maybe there's people on here that they've been hurt so badly and they, in their past relationship might not even have been a marriage. Whatever, or you've been around people or the media or what the media has painted as a relationship or a marriage is saying, I want to do life with you. I want to figure this thing out, this thing called life with you. I don't want to do it alone. I want a companion. I want somebody that I could do life with. It's not that scary. It's not that deep. It's covenant. And we live in a world that doesn't like to be in commitment. We don't like labeling things because of the responsibility. I'm tired of that. Responsibility, discipline is that's what makes the world go round. That's what makes somebody a leader, is when they're willing to commit. That's what takes you to other levels of success. Our inability to label something or be committed to something is a detriment. It keeps you from purpose. It keeps you from covenant. It keeps you from God. Stop playing. I know that there was a part of me that didn't want to commit. I ain't gonna lie. Marriage, no. I've been hurt. And God had dealt with me in that. Because God was saying, God had told me, no, You're supposed to be somebody's wife. That's what you're supposed to do. That's what you're created for. I created you to be on somebody's. I don't know how the king sits. I think the king sits on the right hand. You're supposed to be somebody's left hand. I created your mind, your thoughts, your body, your everything. I created everything, all of it tailored for a man to steward well. And you are going to take yourself out of position because of fear, because of pain? No, Sam. No. Because of trauma? No. I can't let you do that. He dealt with me. But I understand now specifically. And it's a privilege for God to find you the person that you were supposed to do life with. It's a privilege. It's not something that we should run away from. And no. No. It's a privilege. Right? So again, when you're going into something and you're trying to go back, you have to have a plan. You have to have a plan. Don't go in there without a plan. Don't go in there without intention. As a man of integrity, go in there with intention. Know that if you're going back, you are prepared to take it all the way. If God leads you that way. Otherwise, leave her alone. Let her find somebody that sees the value in her as a wife, as a mother. Let her find the person that will see that and won't play with her. Don't go back into her life to waste her time. Right? So we talked about being intentional, having the plan. Number 5. Somebody said, I'm all ready to jump in the ocean. I said intentional plan. I don't know if I have a number 4. What is my number 5? Y'all, I'm sorry. I had my number 5. All those were really good. Oh, my apologies. Number 5, don't waste time. Don't waste time. Y'all, I recommend you guys to really pray on it and really seek the Lord about it. But when it comes down to it, time is of the essence. We don't know how much time we have. You can wake up, y'all. One of the scariest things that I saw recently was the flood that we saw happen in Texas. Did you know in 45 minutes, it raised 26 feet? 26 feet of water in 45 minutes. You know how much water that is? How much rain that is? You know how many lives were lost that didn't know they were going to be lost? Safety is an illusion. Control is an illusion. It's an expensive one. We don't know how much time we have. There are children that passed away in that flood. We don't know. No, we do not know. We can't look at the chronological age and determine how much time we have. Our expiration date is unknown to us. Do not waste time. Do not waste time in getting right with God. Do not waste time in getting in alignment with Him. Do not waste time in being obedient. You don't know how much time you have. And the author of your life, if He's pressing you to do something, there's a reason. And a lot of us because of our fear, because of our pain, because of whatever we've experienced, we waste time. We procrastinate. We let the enemy whisper sweet nothings in our ear. You cannot buy more time. I don't care how much money you have. You can buy medical care, but that heart stops beating. There ain't much they can do about it. I find that in today's world, we don't realize, we don't recognize, we live like we're going to live forever, and we're not. Don't waste time. There's an impact on the world, and I believe everybody that's on here is intentional. Watching me now is intentional. God has given you life. He's giving you time. And there's an impact we are all created to make on this planet. And in order to honor him well and to make the impact that you are supposed to make, when he gives you a prompting, you move. You don't sit on it. You don't marinate on it. You move. You trust and you move. The author of time, the author of your story is telling you to move. And it may not be in a relationship sense. It may be in a career sense. It may be something with your family, with your kids. You move. When God calls you to move, you move. You don't allow fear, uncertainty, comfortability. You don't waste time. You don't waste time. So family, that's what I want you guys to really marinate on today. Not wasting time. That's the last thing. Not wasting time. Number 5. So I said number 1, clarity. Number 2, assertiveness. Number 3, accountability. Number 4, have a plan. And number 5, don't waste time. Time is of the essence. We talked about a lot tonight. From what is a quality woman, what's a good thing, to how do you get that good thing back. Go ahead and comment below, like, share, subscribe. I thank you guys for joining me tonight. I hope you enjoyed the live. And I'll be back with another one. I got a live on Friday. I have my podcast comes live on YouTube. Make sure you tune in. We're very, very close, very, very close to getting to 1,000 on my sister channel. So I'm very excited about that. I want to say thank you. Special shout out to CJ Ward, YouTube user. Great message tonight, Sam. Good night. I love you. Mr. Gold Pillow. CJ wrote, I appreciate you. Thank you, CJ, for your love and your support. All the people that comment on all my lives. Thank you. The videos. Thank you. And like I said, anybody that hit the Cash App tonight, thank you. I appreciate you guys for supporting me, supporting the channel. We're growing. We're moving in the next direction. I'm really excited about it. I'm really excited about what the shift that God is doing in our lives. Okay. So, again, I love y'all. And I will see you guys soon. Have a great night. And I'll talk to you soon. Love y'all. Bye, YouTube.